want to start your own photography business, huh? Why the fuck do you want to do that? That was obviously a joke. Starting your own photography business is one of the most exciting things that you can do as a photographer. This microphone's really bothering me right now. But it can also be one of the most stressful things that you can do. Well, it is the most stressful thing that you can do as a photographer, because you never know what to price your work at. You never know what to use at certain shoots. There's a lot of different issues that come into starting your own photography business. But before we get into all of this, welcome back to the Pennsylvania Hicks YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. My goal is 1,000 by the end of the year. It was 1,000 by the end of last year, but you fuckers didn't hit it. So we're going to hit it this year, obviously, because we're at 740. But 1,000 by the end of the year, I feel like we can do a lot better than that. Anyways, not subscribed, subscribe. Don't like the video, do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't really give a shit. Anyways, you want to start your own photography business, these are the bare minimum things that you need to start your own photography business. This might not mean the best quality or the best whatever, but there's a lot of things that you don't need as a beginning photographer. I'll give you an example. This is the bag that I started my photography business with, Solo Vision Studio. This is the bag I started my photography business with. This is a $60 Amazon special bag. And this is really all you need. Example. You do not need a $300 Shapeshifter 15 V2. I got this when I bought a lens. You don't need it. It's a Canon Professional Services bag. It's $300. It's ridiculous. I don't even need it. My pictures aren't that good. A lot of people on social media and all over the place are going to tell you that you need the best quality everything. You need Canon branded batteries. You need Lexar SD cards. You need a $300 bag. No, the fuck you don't. You can have $10,000 worth of gear and your pictures can still look like shit. That's all there is to it. What you need is just a good piece of glass in front of your camera and an okay camera. So like, example, this is the camera that I started my photography business with. There is one stipulation to all of my cameras that I need to have, and that is a fully articulating LCD screen. That's all I've ever said is what I needed. Now, I have upgraded to what I'm recording on right now, which is a Canon EOS RP, which is better than this. But when you first start out, you don't need that at all. I'm going on 8 years of photography, so I'm gonna have a shit ton of gear. All you really need is an okay camera, an okay lens. You don't even really need Canon branded batteries. A lot of people that I know use third-party batteries, and they work just as well. They might not have the best life expectancy, but they're still batteries that turn your fucking camera on. And obviously, a charger and SD cards. Now, there's a lot of SD cards that are genuinely don't get those. I'll put a couple of them right here. I don't remember what the names of them are. But the SD cards that I use have always been the exact same. They're the 128 gigabyte Lexar Professional. I don't know if it's going to focus on that. Lexar Professional, 128 gigabyte, 250 megabytes a second SD card. That's just what I've always used, so I'm not going to stray far from that. But those are $100 SD cards. The best thing for when you're first starting out is just the simple, just SanDisks. I don't know if you guys can even see that. But just the simple SanDisks. I wouldn't go under 64 gigabytes. That's just me being me. But like 64 to 128 gigabyte SD cards is perfect, especially for a beginner. You're not going to be taking a million pictures per set. Now that was kind of like 10 tips in one, so sorry if you couldn't write that down fast enough. But let's move on to tip number 2. I don't really think I said tip 1, but tip 1 was just don't focus on the price of gear as much as practicing taking pictures. Because like I started my photography business with an SL3 and a kit lens, an 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens. All in all, this was like $800. And it worked. It took amazing pictures. Like I said, you can have $10,000 worth of gear and still take bad pictures. It's just all up to practicing. I'm not going to hand you in your first day of photography, I'm not going to hand you my EOS RP and you're going to go out and take the same pictures I'm taking. It's not about the camera. It's about the glass in front of it and the eye behind it. That's the only thing that's ever mattered with cameras. Tip number 2 is you have to shoot for free. Your first couple shoots, you have to shoot for free. Because I don't care who the fuck you are, your first pictures are terrible. Like, my first pictures were terrible. I'll show you, I was shooting all of these for free. These are my friend and best friend's senior pictures when I was a senior with them. And I didn't charge them for those because that's not fair to charge people for bad work. Tip number 3 is something I struggled to understand for a while. Don't empty your wallet on everything that you see on Facebook Marketplace. That's just not the best thing to do. Now, if it's a good deal, like I got this for a good deal, it's a good deal, go buy it. But also don't spend your own money on it. Take what you have, charge very little. Like I had this 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens on a Canon SL3 or 250D, wherever you're from. And instead of going out and dumping all of your hard-earned money into just photography, just use this, charge 20 bucks a set or $50 a set, whatever you think you're worth, and you'll find that if you just set that money aside and then use that money to reinvest into it, it's a lot easier. So I went out and just bought everything I could find. It's scattered all over the place. And I ran myself dry on money. That's a bad thing to do. Get your gear, your camera, lens, batteries, an SD card. Get that, and then whatever money you make with these, reinvest into your business. Don't go spend it, obviously. But if you've saved up enough money that just your business made, get a new lens. Your camera works just fine. Your lens is 10 times more important than your camera. Now, I obviously upgraded to the RP after a while, so this camera has actually never even been on this lens. But if I could do it all over again, that's what I would have done. Is I would have got a better lens and not a better camera. Just because your glass is always going to matter more than your camera. Your glass is what matters. Always remember that. I don't even remember what number tip I'm on because I'm kind of just throwing ideas out there and hoping they stick to your little noodle while watching me run around talking about cameras. But this is tip number 5 or 6, whatever, is don't get discouraged by other people's work. I used to do that all the time. I used to look at Simon D'Entremont. I don't know if I'm saying his name right there, but Simon D'Entremont, he's my favorite photographer. Or Ollie Nelson is another one that I would always look at. And I would always get really discouraged about their work looking so much better than mine. It's because they've been in it for a lot longer. Like, I guarantee you some of you are going to watch this video and see some of my pictures and get discouraged. There is no point in doing that because you are not me. I have been in photography and been taking pictures with multiple different cameras since I was 10 years old. Now, if you just started, you're obviously not going to have the same creativity or the same mindset as all these big name photographers. I'm not saying I am a big name photographer, I'm just saying I've been in it for a while. So don't look at other people's work and get so discouraged with yourself that your edges aren't as sharp as theirs, or you can't zoom into that goose way out in the middle because you don't have a giant lens like they do. That is a horrible way to look at all of this. The best way to look at all of this is saying, they have really nice work. I can't wait until someday I have that nice of work. That's what I started telling myself. Instead of getting discouraged and getting all butthurt about their work being better than yours, instead of trying to be better than them or getting discouraged that they're better than you, just say, wow, it's a really nice picture. How can they give me advice on taking pictures? Don't look at every photography business around you as, oh, they're trying to take my business. They're trying to take all my customers. They're trying to do all this. No, just try to use them for a little bit of advice on photography. A lot of photographers are really nice. Like, I've learned this throughout my years. A lot of photographers around you are really nice, and they will let you be a second shooter in a wedding, or let you come over for a little bit and have advice on taking pictures. Like, if someone hit me up and said, hey, I'm in your area, can I come over and you can teach me a thing or two about photography? I would let them in with welcome arms because I love talking cameras. I can't talk to save my fucking life. I need more coffee. But anyways, I know this video is all over the place, but the basics of all of it is don't let people's opinions change how you feel about photography. Don't focus on getting the absolutely most expensive and bougie brands that you can find. Just focus on getting a nicer camera with a kit lens, a couple batteries, and an SD card. You don't need the nicest possible gear. You don't need the best possible anything. All you need is a camera, a lens, batteries, SD card. Don't let other people's opinions change how you feel about photography, because I let that happen and I quit photography for 2 years. And I was pretty sad about that. So just listen to yourself. If you know you want to start your own photography business or brand or whatever, do it. This is all you need right here. Cheap bag. And the only reason I'm saying you need a bag is because it keeps your gear protected. So this is a $60 Amazon bag. You don't need the $300 shapeshifter bullshit. $60 Amazon bag. Maybe $600 right here. And then batteries come with the fucking camera and an SD card. So all in all, that's it. Don't focus on the best possible shit. Just focus on what you have. Even if you just have, I can't find it right now, but even if you just have a Canon power shot that you turn on and the lens comes out of it, use that. Fuck, that takes pictures. That's photography. It's just knowing when to start charging for your work. When you have the best gear to start charging for your work. I didn't start charging for my work until I was 10 years into photography. And that was the best possible thing I could have done because I learned everything I needed to know about portrait photography to not scam people into thinking my quality was good and all reality was shit. Because, like I said, your first pictures aren't going to be the best. So basically what I'm trying to say is focus on yourself. Focus on your own camera, your own lens, and your own gear. Don't focus on everybody else. Focus on you and your pictures, and that's it. People are going to always take better pictures than you. Even if you're the best photographer in the world. This random dude out of fucking Pennsylvania could take a really lucky picture and get a lot of fucking interest from it. It's not a competition. It really isn't. It's just being yourself. Be nice to your customers. Take good pictures. Focus on you and your gear. And that's it. That's all that matters. I know this was kind of a different video today, and I was kind of all over the place, and I apologize for that. But all the ideas are there. Just write a couple of them down that you like, and really let them marinate, because that's what I did. Well, actually, I did everything really wrong, but some roads are just longer than others. Or some roads that lead to the same destination are longer than others. I don't remember what the actual saying is. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I really hope that you learned something from today's video, or enjoyed it, at least. Me fucking talking all over the place. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, focus on you, focus on your gear, focus on your pictures. That is all that matters to you. Thank you. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, comment if you want to see more photography shit, or if you want to see things about videos and things like that. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching today's video. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. This video is all over the place. I'm sorry. I don't write scripts because I'm not Logan Paul's bitch ass. Logan Paul, Tanner Fox, Jesus, and Jake Paul always catch strays in my videos, and I love that because fuck those guys. I'm in the middle of editing this video right now, and I completely forgot to mention that I was just on a podcast. It's called the Do You Mind Podcast, Mind with 2 I's. I'm going to link it down in the description. It's hosted by Rhett Atwood over in not that far from me. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, go to YouTube Music or YouTube. It's Do You Mind with 2 I's. The link is in the description. Go check out the podcast. It's only like 2 hours long. I had a lot of fun being there. And yeah, go like that shit up.